down today because why wouldn't it be? So we got a smaller group, but I think that's going to be great for us. So welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us for this informational today, this BombBomb Informational. And I feel like I say a version of this every time we do a BombBomb Informational. But one, I'm excited about this one because I love doing BombBomb Informationals in particular because I love this tool. But two, I'm specifically excited about this one because just Tuesday afternoon, I had my month, well, annually, but we do a little bit more frequently than that. But my annual sort of account review, program review with our BombBomb account rep, basically looking at our account, what we had been doing within our team, meaning what all of our agents had been doing within BombBomb, but also what was coming from them down the pipe, what new tools had already been rolled out and stuff like that. So I wanted to talk a bit about a few of those things. And also, of course, give a little bit of an overview about what the tool is for those of you who aren't familiar with it. But then I also wanted to focus on, like you probably saw in the communications this week, some of the obstacles that can that oftentimes stop people from wanting to do video, and then maybe more specifically BombBomb. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that was. I asked Jordan, he's our BombBomb rep. I asked him on our call Tuesday. I said, are there specific trends you've noticed as a company in 2023 with video and therefore with your tool? Because of course, and as you know, we've seen in real estate, certain markets have changed a little bit. They've either slowed down or they have increased in certain areas of the market. We've seen that in other sectors of the economy. And I was asking him, what have you seen in your business in terms of real estate and video? And he said there have been two very distinct paths. And one of those paths was the very normal thing we've seen a lot of, which is cost cutting. Either companies or agents saying, hey, I need to kind of cut back on certain things that I don't really use a lot of or don't need right now, or really like to use, but need to find ways to cut back. And for some people, that's included tools like BombBomb. He said the other path has been people doubling down and shooting more videos and creating more content. And not only was he sharing examples of agents across the country doing that, but we went into our account as Schmidt family of companies and saw agents in our account doing that, which was wild to me because it's fun to not only hear examples but to see that within our company. We had a couple of agents. We had one agent so far this year who has done 189 videos since January 1st. He said that was far and above the industry average, which was awesome to see. And then he said the other big stat he shared was one of our agents in Sunstar, Florida, in the Sunstar region of Florida. Her video had over 589 watches that she had shared out to her sphere. So not only had she sent it out to that many people, or probably more than that many people, 589 people had actually watched that video and engaged with it and watched at least, I forget the percentage, but they didn't just start it and click away. They had watched a certain percentage of it. So part of the reason why I wanted to focus on what fears, what obstacles do we have when it comes to video is because what I was hearing from Jordan and what I was seeing in our account is that the people who are using the tool and doubling down on it are seeing the benefits of it. However, having been here at this company for 7 years and being a proponent of video, I know there are very real roadblocks and very real obstacles and fears and anxieties that stop us from doing that. So what I'd ask of you guys, I'm going to kind of start diving into some of the material that I have from a bird's eye view of what BombBomb is. But what I'd ask of you is in the chat, while we start talking here, I'm not going to look at them right away, but in the chat, if you haven't done video before, or if you have, but you've stopped, tell me why. What has stopped you from doing video? What has prevented you? What has started, you've done it, but then you've stopped. Just tell me what prevents you or paralyzes you or anything like that. I, of course, have my own list that I have that even today paralyzes me from it, or I've heard from other agents, but I'd love to be able to talk about some of them from you guys on this call. If you'd rather, if you've used Zoom before, you don't have to message the entire group. You can actually choose to message them to me directly so that I won't, it's essentially anonymous, so I won't share anybody's name, but I want to hear from you guys directly what your concerns are, what your blockers are, because If you've heard me talk about BombBomb before, the one thing I always go back to, if I could define it in one word for, and what this tool does, is it's a differentiator. What it does is it sets you apart from other agents in your office, other agents in your area. And what's cool is that a BombBomb video is not one that you're putting on Facebook publicly. It's not one that you are putting on YouTube necessarily and sending out to the general public. It's when you're sending to people specifically. You're either sending to individuals, you're sending to a newsletter group, or you're sending to your contacts. So when I'm saying one of our agents had 589 watches, I'm not saying she put it on Facebook and boosted that. That's kind of, I hate to say, easy to get views that way, to do a good ad and get it in front of people. These are people who they knew, and she sent it to them and they chose to watch this video. So the differentiator aspect comes from you are communicating in a way that is far more engaging than just sending an email, than just shooting a text over or sending a note. And one of the reasons I say that, one of my favorite stats, before we get into the tools themselves of the BombBomb part specifically, one of my favorite stats here that we have, that BombBomb has shared. So let me actually share my screen so you guys can see these and see that I'm not just making these things up. Here's some of the stats compared to traditional email that BombBomb has shared with me before. So agents or customers, with mainly real estate agents who have used BombBomb, these are some of the stats they've shared. 81% of agents, or I'm sorry, I'll just say customers to be more inclusive. 81% of customers reported a lift in replies from their clients. So you talk about lead gen, one of the biggest things agents ask me about and ask all of our digital marketers and tech team about. I want leads that are going to respond. Well, first of all, we always say that this is a side topic. It takes 18, or according to NAR, 6 to 24 months for leads to incubate. But 81% of customers reported a lift in replies when they were using BombBomb. 87% reported a lift in clicks through their emails. 90% reported a lift in staying in touch. 68 reported a lift in lead conversion. Now, these were compared to traditional email, but from customers who had at least 10 videos in their accounts. So we always go back to consistency with marketing, right? You can't just do something once and go, it doesn't work, or it does work. There's the consistency there, at least 10 videos in their accounts. But the other stat that I always really like, is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. Oops, I don't know why I zoomed in so much. So it's this bottom stat here. These are all great stats, but this bottom one to me is, again, one of these massive, objectively powerful stats in terms of video. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video, compared to 10% when reading it in text. That to me is huge, because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do in video is two things. One, you're trying to build a relationship, which is what BombBomb is hugely important for. But two, what you're trying to do is share a message. You're trying to communicate a message. And 10%, if someone said, do you want me to remember 10% of what you're about to tell me, or 95% of what you're about to tell me? I'd probably choose the 95%. So when it comes to why video is important, these are some of the reasons why. I'm trying to remember what else is on this one. Yeah. This is basically the first stat, or the first page, just shown differently. Staying in touch more effectively, converting more leads, improved click-through rate, all of these same things. Video, again, this is not just something where I go, oh, this is newfangled video technology. The stats are there. The results are there. That's why I want to talk about it. That's why I want to see our agents and our company leverage this. So let's talk about what video is on the whole, or what BombBomb is on the whole, and how it can be a differentiator. And I'm going to continue to call you guys out. I have not seen a single message come in. So there's a small group of us. I can start naming people individually if you want me to. I'll do whatever I got to do. But what BombBomb is on the whole is it is a video communication tool. What that means is that it is not necessarily like I said, I'm going to post this video to Facebook and put it on my social media and put it publicly. There is an aspect of that where you can do that, but that is not at its core what it is best used for. What it's best used for is staying in touch with your sphere or people you are directly contacting with. Meaning, if I have a newsletter group or a contact group, I can send videos to them directly. If I have a new referral, if Linda is in Florida and she goes, JD, I have a client that's moving up to Michigan. Normally it's the other way around, but if she goes, I have an agent moving up to Michigan, and I'd love for you to work with them, I can send them a video and go, hey, my name's JD. I know that Linda's been talking to you about working with me up here, but I just want to introduce myself and kind of give a little face to face and say I'm really excited to work with you, stuff like that. So it's a little more. It's not a little. It's a lot more personal and a little more one to one. And the idea, one of the ideas at its core is that is some of those stats that I was sharing, is that video is far more of a personal relationship builder than it is than text or email can be. So much can get lost in email. So much of the message or the tone can get lost in text. I mean, text message and also just the medium of text. Whereas if I am speaking to you through video, if you can see me and see my mannerisms and hear my tone, you understand how I'm trying to communicate to you and what I mean. My favorite example, I use this as a personal example, is that when I first bought when I bought my first home, geez, oh Pete, 7 years ago now, time. We worked with the agent. He's the manager of one of the Holland, Michigan office. He's a great guy and great mentor. And I don't say this to poke fun at him, but it was 2016, 2017 when the market was not quite 30 offers on homes, but 5, 6, 7 offers on homes. And there was a home that we really, really liked, and we put an offer on, and we'd been working with him for a month or so now. So we had known him really well. I've been at the company for 6 or 7 months, and we put an offer in, and we're really hoping for it. And we got a text that just said, no punctuation, but it just said they picked another offer. Sorry. Just one quick sentence. And it was a bummer, but we knew him well enough to go, oh, that stinks. But when you get a quick, short message like that with no punctuation, just kind of shot off, that can feel very, very flippant. Very, let me just get this off, get the message to them, go away. I'm not caring about them. I'm not really taking the time to communicate that to them. Now, I knew that was not at all what he was trying to communicate. But if it was a referral, if it was an internet lead, if it was someone who saw if I didn't have that relationship with him, I could start to go, well, he's not really taking, he knew that was our dream home and that's all he has to say about it. So much can get lost in a text, in a message. So if I were to shoot a BombBomb video, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, hey guys, JD here, listen, just want to let you know, I just got the text back or the email, whatever it is. I got the email back. They did go with another offer. And I know that home was really important to you. I know you guys really like that. And I just want to say, I'm really sorry. We put in a really good offer, but like we said, this market is it's really competitive. So there are a couple more homes that have already come on the market. I'm going to send you an email shortly with those, but just want to let you know, I'm really sorry. And we'll keep at it. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you later. Right. That I can hear the sympathy in his voice. I can hear him going, I'm really sorry you didn't get this home. So we all have the best intentions with our clients. Hopefully we all have the best intentions with our clients, but that sometimes doesn't always come through the way we want to over text. Video or voice and hearing and seeing us is far, far more communicative. Now, what I don't want you guys to hear me saying is that every time you communicate with a client needs to be video. That's not what I'm saying at all. That would be insane and that would be a lot. However, there are a lot of really great opportunities to communicate through video. So what I want to do is I want to I have 3 different pieces I want to go over right now. One, I want to quickly
question, JD.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when you send these BombBombs, do they go through like a text message or do they go through email? How do they receive them?
You beat me to the literal next thing I was just going to talk about. So that is the next part of the conversation.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll
both
let you talk.
is the answer. No, both. No. That I didn't mean it like that. Both is the answer, but I want to show the next thing I want to show is how you leverage it and then how the videos get to your clients. Because the answer is both, but there are a lot of ways to do either of those things. So let me actually because I always have to do this part now. I have to I have to blur my background so I can show you guys my phone. So there are 3 main. So what I want to show you guys are the 3 ways the 3 easiest ways for you to leverage BombBomb. I want to show you some examples of videos, and then I want to talk about, like I said at the end, I want to talk about what are our obstacles and how can we overcome those to leverage a tool like this? So there are three main ways to leverage BombBomb. The first way is bombbomb.com. Now, I'll talk about this again at the end, but if you go to schmidtresources.com/bombbomb, this is where you can sign up. I just talked with our rep, like I said, on Tuesday, and they just increased their price to about $69 or $70 a month. Because again, that's what's happening with industries, with things have to increase. Our price, our company price of 25 a month has not gone up once. Since we partnered with BombBomb, it has stayed $25 a month. And that's why I go back to, if you use this, this has stayed the same. Or if you use this, you get the value out of it. It is something where I've had agents sign up for BombBomb. I've had agents not use it for 3 months and go, this isn't worth it. I'm like, well, of course, if you don't sign in and use it, of course it's not going to be worth it. But this is where you can go, this link, and let me actually share it in the chat real quick so you all have direct access to it. But this is where you can go and sign up through our link to get it. But once you sign up, once you have an account, the first way to leverage BombBomb is the website, bombbomb.com. Once you start saying bombbomb.com, a lot of it starts to become a mouthful. But you go to bombbomb.com and you've got a dashboard. Now, the last thing any of us need is another place to log in. So this is one of a few ways to leverage the tool. But you can go to bombbomb.com. You can add clients here, so you have them available here as well. You don't need to, so I don't want you to think that's the only way to do it. But you do have access to all of your videos here. So this is one thing that's one of my favorite parts of BombBomb, is that there's no limit to how many videos you can do. There's no limit to how many video or how long your videos can be. The second you record a video through any method, it is automatically saved to anywhere. So if I do it from my phone, it's automatically saved to my computer and every other method. If I do it from my computer, it's automatically available on my phone, and so on. So all of my videos are available here. We have email templates. I'll see if I can find a quick example without diving too far in. We have email templates available for every DBA. So you don't have to just have a quick email with just a blank screen. You can have your DBA logo, your contact info on the bottom. There are tons of other templates available in here as well for holidays, for newsletter templates you can work with. This is just a quick example of a St. Patrick's Day one you can use. So there's a lot of other things in the BombBomb website that you can go and play with and leverage. I'm going kind of quickly through these just because I want to make sure we hit all of the points. So I'm not just saying this is it and go for it. This is an example of a newsletter I put together last year for our what do you call them? Innovation exchanges. So if you remember my presentation from Innovation Exchange, this is a newsletter I put together through BombBomb, where I put my video up top about my market report to my clients. I did add a little article and a review, but this is now my newsletter that is focused on a video from me with the motion up top. This is what's so cool to me. One of the cool things about BombBomb videos is that it's not just a link. It's not just a URL. It's not just a picture even. It's actually motion. This is part of the reason why, when we were looking at those stats earlier, there is a lift in replies. There's a lift in engagements, because when you open the email, this is what you see. So in the website, in the dashboard, there's a lot of things you can do in terms of templates, in terms of videos. You can always pull videos back in and stuff like that too. Can you make videos in advance, and is there a limit to how much data or memory you can use? You can make videos in advance, absolutely. So if you want to, if you go back to the videos tab here, whether it is from your phone or computer or wherever, you can actually, if I were to go to my videos and go over to where it says new video, I could click on new video and I could either record myself, record my screen, or upload a video. So I could simply click upload my video and pop it right into the system. Same deal with my phone. If I had a video on my phone already recorded, I could simply pop that video into the program as well. So yes, you can absolutely upload a video in advance. Let me get my chat back up. Do I recommend putting a video on our website to make it a bit more personal? That's a great question, Lynn. Honestly, yeah, I think that's a great idea. I know this is a little bit, I don't want to spend too much time on this because I want to make sure we get through the BombBomb stuff. But yeah, I think that's a really great idea, because part of the goal of the website is not just, of course, the listing searches and stuff, but it's also to introduce your clients or anyone visiting to you. And a quick 30, 60-second introductory video is a great way to do that. hi, thanks for visiting our site. This is who we are. This is why we love to do what we do. And if you have any questions, we'd love to be here for you. Please take time to explore. But if you have, here's our, something like that. I think that's a great idea. Absolutely. One thing that's cool about the options available here on the dashboard, or sorry, on the website, is that they have a little editor now. You can trim your videos, which I'll show you guys in a little bit later because I want to show a couple other features here. So we're going to circle back to this in a little bit. But this is the first example. The first way you can leverage BombBomb is right here through the dashboard. Now, like I said earlier, though, for a lot of us, the last thing we need is another place to log in. So the second option that you have, if you go to the website, bombbomb.com, in the lower right-hand corner down here, we've got integrations. You can see right here, it says view integrations. It's very little, but if you click on that, you can see all the different tools and programs that actually integrate, that BombBomb integrates with. Now there's a bunch here, but the most important one to me, the most important two to me, I should say, if I go down here to email, are Gmail and Outlook. Now, of course, if you use your company email provided to you by Schmidt, Gmail is what we use. I know a lot of agents still use Outlook, and there is an integration right for that, but I have it integrated right into Gmail. So if I'm sending an email, you can see I already have it up or connected here, but I can go to Compose, and you can see because I have it integrated, I have a little icon right down here. I can go to videos if I want to, and every video I've ever created is right here. And if I want to add one, I can just click it, click insert, and boom, there's the video that I want right there. If I want to record a new one, I can go down to that icon again, hover over it, and it turns red. Try it again. And there we go. I can now record a video, fresh video, right here and do it this way. I can record a video. I'd hit record, shoot my video, click done, and it would be right there in the email again as well. And then the third one is these things called snippets. We're not going to spend much time on snippets, but basically a snippet is basically a templated email. So what you can do with this is you can actually have a pre-written email. So an easy example of that would be a new lead email. So you could have a video. Well, I'll actually record the video real quick. Let's just shoot a really quick new lead video that looks something like this. Come on, button, work for me here. So sometimes this can get a little funky if I'm doing BombBomb and Zoom at the same time, but I'm going to hope that it works here. So I'm going to do 3 like this, 2, 1. Hi, I'm JD Waldvogel. I saw that you just reached out on my website, and I am really looking forward to getting to chat with you soon. But I just wanted to reach out through a video real quick and introduce myself, so you could see my face, hear my voice, and just kind of get to know me a bit. So, like I said, I will reach out through a phone call soon. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to respond to this email. I am here for any questions about buying, selling, or just anything real estate related at all. So. Again, just want to say hi. If you have questions, please feel free to respond, or my contact information is in my signature below. But looking forward to getting to chat with you soon. Have a great rest of the day. So now I've got a quick 35-second video, I think that was. I can click save on that, and I would pop that right here into my email. I could write a couple of lines above it. I'm just going to try to do this quickly, 36 seconds. So I could say, hi, thanks so much for reaching out. Take a look at my video below, but looking forward to chatting soon. And I'm just going to put a smiley face because that's my personality.
Morning.
So I'm going to do something like that.
Morning, guys.
What you can do from there is save that as a snippet, and then next time you get a new lead, because if you notice in that video, I didn't say anybody's name or use anybody like, hey there, John, hey there, Jane. I just made it very generic. Now, every time I get a new lead coming in, I could go here, click that snippet, and send it right off without having to change anything at all. So that's what snippets are. They're basically pre-written emails, but I just wanted to kind of highlight that real quickly. So I have the Gmail integration set up. Some agents have the Outlook integration, but if you go into the integrations area, you can find whichever one you want, and they have details on how to set up each one. So if it's right here, get integrated, you can go to Outlook, and it's going to walk you through all the steps right here, how to integrate BombBomb with Outlook. So you got 3 options. One, you've got the website itself, and they're all going to be available all the time, but you've got bombbomb.com, You've got the integrations. And then, of course, last but not least, you have clumsiness. You've got the app, you've got the phone. So you can go to your phone, you can download the BombBomb app right from the App Store. And what's cool is that when you open it, the first thing you see is a video recorder. You have the phone right there. I can flip it, of course. I can, now you can see me and we can do all that weird screen stuff. I can flip it back and forth. You also have the option. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very faintly right there. You can also record your screen on your phone. So you can do all of the stuff you can do from the computer right on your phone. And then there's also a tab at the bottom where, again, you can access every video from your library right there on the phone. Now, time for me to do what I normally do, which is annoy Carrie, because when I click on a video, I can text it, I can email it, or I can just get a normal link to share it. I can share it just through like a copy and paste link. But what I really, now I have an iPhone, and if I share it to to an Android or just send it through a text, the link's going to go through and somebody can click it and watch it. And that's awesome. If I share it to another iPhone, and this isn't a BombBomb thing, this is just an Apple to Apple thing. But if I click text and I send it to Carrie, and I'm just going to text her and say, "It's that time again. Sorry to bug you," because I always bug her with videos. So I'm going to send her the video. When she gets the video, it's not going to come through as a link. It's actually going to come through with the video right there. And if she clicks it in iMessage, she can watch the video right there in iMessage. She doesn't need to open it in another link. She can, but she doesn't need to download anything. She can watch it right there. So part of the thing that BombBomb does really well is that it makes it incredibly easy for you to send videos, but more importantly, for your client to engage with them. Because one thing I normally, mention this at the top, but didn't this time, is that when you're sending a video or recording one, you are not, unless you can turn this option on for your phone specifically, but you're not saving the file to your device, and you're not sending your client a big video file that you need to use data to send. They need to use data to download and save it to their phone. There's none of that stuff involved. You're sending them a video link. They don't need to download it. They don't need to sign in. They don't need to do anything. They click it, the video plays. So and then of course there's the engaging part of it where, and she just, Carrie says hi back to all of us. So just want to say hi, Carrie. So it's engaging for your client. It's simple. They can click it and they can watch it, and boom. So those are the three ways that we can very easily leverage BombBomb in our workflow. And that's the reason why I like to showcase those three ways, is because I know I hit this a little bit with the dashboard part, but the last thing I want someone to do with BombBomb is feel like they have to shoehorn it into their workflow, their business. You all have ways to leverage BombBomb, or so you all have ways that you work now with clients, with your CRMs, whatever. BombBomb is an amazing tool, but the last thing I want is for you to go, okay, now I have to find a way to do this. Well, the only way for me to use this is to use the website. So I guess I have to start logging into that every day, or logging into here. Or I don't really use Gmail, but I'm on my phone all the time. Well, there you go. There's the way that you can use this tool. So I like to showcase all of those ways, because then you have options to go, well, I do use Gmail a lot, so I'm just going to use that integration, because boom, now it's part of my workflow and I can very easily leverage it. Linda said, how do I blast out to all of my clients at one time? Great question. And there are a couple of ways. So the way that I do it is I have my email lists in Gmail. So I would, one easy way, let me just show quickly here, is that in Gmail, I could theoretically go to an email here, and instead of just sending it to Linda Little, I could send it to the marketing group and put all of their emails in there. I would not do it in the to field, because that's going to send it, but I maybe BCC them. So I BCC the marketing group. I have all their emails in there, and now I can do, JD's monthly, newsletter or something like that. The other way you can do it, so that's if you have clients and groups in Gmail. The other way you can do it, which is similar, is that if you go into BombBomb and go into your contacts, if you go to the contacts tab in BombBomb, I will say the one nice thing is that you don't have to download a CSV file, upload a CSV file, and do all that crap. You can just sync it right over from Gmail. I'd click sync. It would ask me which Gmail account, and it would bring all my contacts over. And then that way, I could go into the emails here, use one of the nifty templates, and then send it to my clients there. So again, both ways, it's me leveraging the email groups I have in my email account, but that I'd be doing it either through Gmail directly or doing it through BombBomb. So that would be the way to do it. You'd have to have the group set up ahead of time. I will say I talked with him again on Tuesday, our rep, and I said, I've been told from you that there is a Moxie integration in the works. I said, is that still true? And he goes, yes, it is still true. We've had more push for it recently because of the Moxie transition with other brokerages. So there is a bigger push for it. There's no timeline. And I'm like, all right, if there's no timeline, then I'll check back in next time we talk. So once that happens, that will be even easier if you use Moxie Engage because they're all going to be right there as well. So real quick before we get it, not real quick, but the next thing before we get into the obstacles part of it is I wanted to show you guys just a couple of video ideas because one thing that I say in one of my slides here in one of my presentations is that, let me go up one more video right here, is this. If you can say it in a video, say it in a video. And I've said earlier, I said earlier, not everything needs to be a video, but I have a cop-out answer. If someone says, okay, JD, I'm going to do a video, what should it be about? I have this cop-out answer of anything could be a video. Which is true. I genuinely believe that basically any piece of content or anything you are going to communicate could be a video, but that does not mean everything should be a video. Not every piece of communication should be, but it's nice to have real world examples. So I want to share with you some examples that BombBomb has shared with me of agents that have shot videos and stuff. And I actually want to go to if you go to the BombBomb page on Schmidt Resources, they actually have, and I've linked it right here to the second link on this page, they have a real estate action plan. We focused on this a little bit in our last informational, but they have a real estate action plan that you can go to that will show you. They have 3 different major categories: increasing appointments and conversions, increase repeat and referral business, and save time and improve efficiency. But they are 3 different categories on how you can directly integrate it into your business. But if we click on any of these, you can see they have different videos and categories for you to leverage video. So these are ones I actually haven't used in a while, or haven't used. I normally use the videos I have right here, but I want to try leveraging some of these and see what these ones are. So the first category they have here for increased repeat and referral business is celebration. You're always looking for timely and relevant reasons to reach out to the people who matter the most. Special occasions give you just that. So let's watch this couple here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lynette.
I'm sorry.
We have fun at work. Happy birthday to you. Have a great day, Lynette. Kick back.
Relax.
Relax. Have some cake. With what kind of frosting?
Buttercream, it's the best. I'm so sorry, I don't know. Mark said something that made me laugh, and now I'm crying. But
have some ice cream too, even though it's January.
Kick back, relax.
Have some cake.
Buttercream frosting.
All this again, ice cream.
Ice cream is the best. January birthdays are the best. They are.
Yeah, guess who else was born in January?
Birthday balloons. Okay, I'm going to have to compose myself now. You have a fabulous year, and how cool is it that your birthday is on the 17th and it's 2017? I think that's really cool. Take care.
Yep. Happy birthday, Lynette.
Bye, Lynette.
Bye.
Okay. So one of the examples that I use again is, and again, I'm sure some of you guys either do this or had this before, but when we bought, going back to that original story from a few minutes ago, when we finally bought our first house, a year later, we got a postcard, card in the mail that said "Happy Home Anniversary." And it had our agent's headshot from this was in 2017, or no, this would have been 2018, but it had our agent's headshot from 2004 and our mortgage lender's headshot from probably 2004, and it had their printed signatures on it. And I saw him at the office the next day. I said, "Oh, thanks for that card you sent us." And he said, "What card?" And I was like, "That's exactly," because obviously it was some sort of automated. Here's the system. Here's their home anniversary. When this date comes up, send out this card with all of our stuff, automated, which is still great. That is still getting something in the mail, reminding your client that you're thinking of them. When you compare something like that to a video like this, where they are actively, you can tell, genuinely having fun, genuinely laughing, this is so much more personal. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays. This was a 60-second video. It literally took them a minute to shoot that video. That is a great way and a great reason to check in and celebrate with somebody. Let's take a look at this one, though. Checking in and sharing gratitude.
Hey, Scott, it's Marvette. I am in Orlando, Florida, enjoying the conference. Just sending you a little note to let you know I'm thinking about you, one, and two, to let you know how much I appreciate you. It's been a minute since I've actually said that to you, but I really do appreciate you. And I am so glad that you're on my real estate team. Take care. Talk to you soon. And we'll catch up next week. Bye-bye.
Again, simple, less than 30 seconds, but just telling someone, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. I appreciate you." You can tell from the way that she said, "On my real estate team," this is not just for clients. This is not just two specific people that are, clients that you've worked with. This can be two team members, two lenders you've worked with, two vendors, whether it's electricians or plumbers. Remember, people that you value, that you want to keep relationships up with. And then, just for the sake of it, cold outreach. I'm trying to think of. Let's try this guy because I like his hat. Let's see what. I think this guy's got his daughter with him. I remember this being kind of cute.
Hey there, Carmelo. How you doing? Jesse Peters here. Hope all is well. Just wanted to touch base with you. Say yes, I would love to have the opportunity to meet you guys, talk about the housing market over in the River Heights area, and see what your options are for summer. If you're looking at putting your house on the market, obviously just out with my daughter right now before it starts to rain. So I will be available later tonight. You can reply to this. You can reply to this email, and be more than happy to set up a time for
I think that was probably BombBomb cutting that off, I'm assuming. Oh, cool. This is the last one I want to share quick, because this one is one of those videos that I want you to pay attention to how he doesn't. Every other video so far has been to a specific person. This one is not to any specific person. He does not say a specific name. This one was to anybody who had attended this open house. Basically, the sign-in sheet took all the emails on that and sent this video out.
Hey, it's Dan Nathanson with the Nathanson Brothers team over at RE/MAX here. I wanted to take just a second to say thank you so much for stopping by our open house today. And if you think that this is the right place for you, let us know right away, and we will do everything in our power to make it your next home. If maybe for some reason it's not the right place, let us know that too, because we are really good. We're like the house whisperers at helping people find the right home. So let us know, and we will do
a little freeze thing.
And we will do everything we can to find you the right place. Or if you need to make a move, if you need to sell your property in order to make a move, let us know that too, because we're really good at helping people get their property sold for top dollar in a great time frame that works for them.
So I'm just going to stop it there for the sake of time. But I always joke about that video. I've watched Dan's video probably 100 times at this point. I love the idea of doing it from your car, but make sure you're not by a train and on the busiest road in town, apparently. One thing I also, outside of just those that are being examples of the sort of content, one thing I want you guys to kind of think about with those videos is, one, how all of their personalities came through, and we're all different. One, you had the couple who were having a lot of fun together. One, you had the guy with the baseball cap who was super high energy and just like really fast talking. You had the woman giving gratitude, very calm and collected, just being grateful. And then you had that guy at the end too, just very calm and just sharing the information. I tell people a lot, authenticity is huge, that being yourself is important. And one thing I've actually heard, which surprised me a couple of times from agents, is they've said, "Well, I'm not really funny though, JD." And I said, "Well, that's not what I'm saying though. Being authentic does not mean being funny. Of course, those are the ones that we see a lot, agents who are being funny or being jokey or being loud, but that's not what everybody is attracted to. That is not what everybody gravitates towards. What people gravitate toward is you. Every single agent, I know everybody on this call, and everybody on this call has a very unique personality that is the reason why clients want to work with you. Someone wants to work with you because they like you, they know you, and they trust you. Some combination or all of those. So you being authentic and being you is the reason why someone wants to work with you. Number two, all of those videos were really, really casual. And what I mean by that is that there was no professional setup involved. One guy was in his car. One girl, she was in Orlando. I don't know if she was either in a hotel or kind of like in a lobby somewhere. One guy was out with his daughter. They were all somewhere casual because these videos, BombBomb specifically, there is absolutely a time and place for professionally shot setup videos. Listings, of course. Sometimes certain videos make a lot of sense to be professionally shot. But what these videos about, what BombBomb is about building that relationship, communicating who you are, so that people walk away from watching that video and go, I know a little bit more about Bob. I know a little bit more about Lynn, what it's like to work with them, what they're like, what talking to them is like. That's the goal. So I'm not saying, record a video in the darkest corner of your house with no lighting or anything like that, but that's not the goal, is to be in a TV studio. The goal is to be somewhere, being yourself, being authentic, so that when they watch that video, they go, oh, cool, I know a little bit more about that person. So this is a great segue into our last little section here about these fears and concerns and anxieties about shooting video. So no one's written anything in yet. So I'm going to start talking about some of the things that I know are on my list and I've heard before. If you guys have concerns or things of, this is what stopped me from doing video before, please share those. Write them, put them in the chat, send them to me directly in the chat, and I won't share your names, whatever you want to do. But if there are no objections, then I'm assuming you're all going to sign up and start doing video after this. So that's totally awesome to me. But video video is very intimidating. You are putting yourself out there in a way where you are talking, putting your mannerisms, you are supposed to be some version of confident. And then you are sending that to somebody or a group of people. And that takes a lot to feel good about, to feel confident in. So I wanted to, like I said, just talk about a few of those things and go, here are some of the ways that you can kind of overcome that, or at least start to overcome that. And the number one thing, and I'm going to end with this probably too, if I remember, and this sounds like the obvious one because it is, but the only way to feel more comfortable with any of these things is to do them, is to shoot videos. There is no way to magically feel more comfortable without actually doing some of these videos, without shooting a test video, without doing 2 or 3 of them to people that you feel safe with, or that won't be judging or laughing. But I always tell people, send me your first video if you want. I will always be honest. And I always tell people, you are always your worst critic. You're going to judge yourself far more. And then you're going to send it to me or somebody else, and they're going to go, that was great. And you're going to go, oh, okay. I thought that was going to be, oh, okay, thanks. So always, doing it is the only way to get through it and feel more comfortable. But the reason that whole topic was a great segue is that one thing people think is that I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right gear to shoot video. But looking at everybody here who is on camera, we're all in decent enough places where our lighting is good and we could shoot a video like that. You saw the videos we were looking at. If you go on that link on the BombBomb page, you'll see that they're all in just decent, well-lit places, besides the one dude in his car who has the audio issues. But I could shoot a video here with my phone. I could shoot a video on my computer, and I'd feel comfortable sending that to somebody. If you really want a little bit of gear, go on Amazon and get a tripod. They're $15, they're $20. You can get one that's a selfie stick, so you can use it a little bit better outside. You can get one so you can pop it on your desk. And that way you don't have to use your hands. You don't have to hold your camera out like this if you don't want to. That's the only equipment you need. You don't need 3 lights to backlight you and do this and a microphone to clip on. You just need a little bit of, you need a little bit of light, and you need a clear room for audio, and that's it. And then you're just focusing on talking. So That's one obstacle I get that I hear is I don't have the right gear for it. I'm not equipped for it, but you are. As long as you have some version of a camera, which if you have a computer or a phone, you do, that's all you need. One of the other ones I get, I'm trying to think if oh yeah, what one I get is that I'm not good at memorizing things. I'm not good at memorizing a script. Good news is that I am a huge believer in not scripting anything, especially in videos like this. What BombBomb and what personalized video is about, and again, this is the bingo card again, but you probably already checked this one off, is relationships. It is about building relationships and getting people to know the real you. If you memorize something, if you either memorize something or you write it down on a sheet of paper and then you put it in front of your camera, you are going to be focused on reading or memorization, not the message. So you're not going to be focused on, am I sounding like myself? If you've memorized something, I've been in TV studios since high school and I've seen it. If you have something memorized, you're doing this thing where you're saying the words in this cadence and then you look up to try to remember the last word. That is what the cadence looks like, and you can tell. If you are reading something, you've got the look on your eyes where you can see them scanning back and forth. Now, what I will say that BombBomb has, which I love about their website, is that if you do leverage the BombBomb website here, if you want to use this and you go up here to new video and record yourself, they do have right here, you can turn this toggle on right here, what they call speaker notes. So if you're doing a market update video or there's a little bit of a stats or something that you want to make sure you remember, write it right here. So just to make stuff up quick, because we want to make sure we don't hit our time marker. 15 days on market, 4% increase in average sale price, and I don't know, 2 months inventory. Maybe I'm doing a video and I want to make sure I remember those things. I can put them right there in that box in my speaker notes. And it says right here, your recipient will not see anything you type in here. This is purely for you. So this way I can just put my little notes in there so I don't forget my numbers, but I don't have to look down at my notebook over here or up at where I can have them right there in front of me. I'm not writing a script, but they're just right there. Boom, boom, boom. One of the other, this gets really weird for me to watch myself right here. So I'm going to put this screen away. One of the other things I get a lot is that I just get nervous on video. I don't, it's hard to look at a light or look at a lens and shoot, and talk. And that to me can be one of the hardest parts. It can be very hard. It was hard for me for a long time to remember that I am talking to a person, because one, that's the mental trick, which is it does not work. But the mental trick is remember you're talking to a person. Pretend that you're sitting in a room if you're doing a video on a real estate tip, that is why it's important to get pre-approved before you go look at homes. Talk as if a client just asked you that question. And you're not talking, you're not giving a speech, but you're saying, let me explain this as if you were a first-time home buyer. That mental trick is easier said than done. The trick to me that has actually helped is have somebody in the room with you. Have a partner, an agent, one of your children, whomever that you have available, have them sit behind the camera. Have them sit right behind the lens so you're looking at them but not at them, and talk to them, because that will help you feel like you're talking to a person, because you literally are talking to a person. And then the other, one of the other ones, again, I said is that I've heard is, well, I'll give a real example of this, is that I had an agent once who had a video, and she's like, can you take a look at this and let me know, see if there's any edits or whatever. So I looked at it for a little bit. I think it was about a 2-minute video. And I was looking at it. I think I spent about 15 minutes looking at it. This is back when I was in the Holland, Michigan office. I was doing this. I looked at a couple things. She came back into my office and I was like, okay, so here's this. And we watched it. And about 15 seconds in, she goes, oh, I hate the way my voice squeaks right there. Ugh. And I said, Heather, I just watched this 2-minute video for about 15 minutes. I never once noticed that voice squeak. So the thing to remember, and I mentioned this earlier, we are all our worst critics. We all know the things that we are most critical of ourselves or the most insecure about. The thing to remember is that nobody else knows those things. If I'm sending a video to 100 clients and I'm insecure about my big nose. I just made that one up, so don't think that that's actually an insecurity. I'm not going to tell you my real ones, but I'm insecure about my big nose. No, none of those 100 people are going to go, wow, JD's nose looks huge in that video, because that's my thing. That's not their thing. So those things that we are all caught up in are very real. I'm not trying to minimize those things, but the people watching those videos are not going to be thinking about those things, because those are our insecurities, not their projection. There are projections of ourselves, not their projections of us. And again, it's very real, but it's coming internally. So they are not thinking about those things the way that we are. So having somebody in the room to shoot that video with, but again, once you shoot that video, sending it to somebody else, sending it to a friend, a family member, myself. This is also another tip. This is one that gets easier the more you do it, or it can be harder to do at first, but trust me on this, don't watch your videos back. Shoot the video, send it back, or just send it to the client, send it to the group. There are definitely instances when I'm shooting a video where I go, okay, I got to try that. I got to stop and try that again, where I can just feel that I'm definitely out of the loop. But you saw in all of those other video examples, none of them were perfect. None of them were, perfectly said. There were ums, there were ahs, there were kids popping in, there were cars coming by. This is not about perfection. This is about authenticity. So do not focus on having the absolute perfect video. Focus on going, that felt good. I felt like that was me, and sending that off. Because if you try to focus on perfection, you are going to reshoot that video 100 times. So focus on going, that felt like me, finish the video and send it off. Because if you start rewatching it, you're going to not want to send it. But again, to end on this, the only way to feel better about it is to do it. The only way to shoot a video or to get a video out there is to do it. Very last thing. So if you guys have any questions before we wrap up here in a couple minutes, please write them in the chat now. This is, of course, being recorded. It's going to be on Schmidt Video Classroom. Very last thing I wanted to share is the new feature that BombBomb just rolled out, is that we had this option as a full team, but now you can all turn it on individually in your account. You can turn on automatically generated captions for your videos. So I have turned it on the option on. I've turned the option on for our company, where if you have an account and you go into BombBomb, up here under your profile, there's going to be an option here, I think right under edit video page, that will say, I think it literally says manage captions or manage auto captions or something like that. And if you click on that, you will be able to turn it on so that video captions are automatically generated for your videos. It's something they've been asked about for a while, and it's finally here so that people, I've had agents say, well, my clients don't want to hear it. Sometimes they can't listen to the videos, but they love to be able to read them. That is now an option. You can go in, turn those on so all of your videos have captions. So that's a really cool thing. I love that that's an option now. So you can go in and turn that on as well. But any last minute questions? This doesn't have to be just now. You know that you can always reach out to me about this. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for your time. Again, schmidtresources.com/bombbomb. That's where you can go and sign up with our company link. That's where you can find the real estate action plan, the BombBomb support. You can always reach out to me, of course, if you have support issues too. But again, to go back to the very beginning, one, this is a differentiator. It truly, truly is. And two, that's what they're seeing in their company trends. There are agents who are, for legitimate reasons, having to abandon tools like this. And then there are the agents who are doubling down and seeing the business results from that. Thank you guys for your time. It's always a pleasure talking to all of you and talking about BombBomb, and I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week.